Good morning, Sean.
Hey, Layla.
I have a few questions about Trip Action Group for my project. What impact have you guys made in the past year?
Okay. So some of the main projects that we consistently host or organize throughout the year would include the Easter egg hunt in the spring. We've taken over the Trip Sports Day, which was originally organized by the Legion Hall. And then together we've kind of created a weekend and also have joined it with the mud race event. And then in the fall, we do advertising for the trunk or treat. And then Hometown Christmas is our biggest event throughout the year. And then most consistently every month, we're doing the snack pack program. So we're packing bags of snacks for the students at the school. So those are our main projects throughout the year. And then we're always looking at other improvement projects we can do around town. So like our big one last year that we did was the new shade at the ball field.
Okay.
So
How is this organization funded?
So we have a couple bigger fundraisers. We have the community calendars. So that's the birthday calendars. So we sell those every year. So that's a big fundraiser for us. And then just donations. So whether that's from just individuals in town or other groups. So like the churches are really supportive of the snack pack program. So we're consistently getting donations from the churches as well. So
How many volunteers are involved?
So we've got like 6 to 8 that are kind of our big organizers. And then depending on the event, there could be another 10 to 20 that help out. It just depends on the time of year and when they can help out. So, yep.
What qualities do you look for in volunteers?
Just willingness to give time, like ultimately that's what we need is people that want to show up to our events and help make it happen. So
What are your main goals for the next few years?
So we're always looking for other projects that we can kind of help assist with, and the big thing is just like the betterment of Tripp and just seeing it thrive, and so things that we've discussed recently is, I know there's improvements needed at the pool. We've talked about helping support that. Other improvements at the ball field. I know they've talked about maybe improving the concession stand. I know that they're looking at, there's some groups wanting to replace the electronic sign across the street at the fire hall, anything down at the park. And so we're just always looking for improvement projects that we can help, support. And so that would probably be the most recent discussions we've had is kind of around those things. So
What was the main goal for this organization?
just the betterment of our community, so we just ultimately, we're raising our families here. And so we want to see there be opportunities for our kids, and we just want to see our community thrive. And so whether that's through events, family friendly events, or just, again, like seeing things that need to be better and just taking the step to make it happen.
Yeah.
So
What keeps you motivated?
I think the completion of a project is always really rewarding, seeing that, that shade come together down at the ball field, and just knowing that, because I've sat in those bleachers and had the sun beat down on my back. And so it was just like, we really need some shade down here so we can, encourage our spectators to be down here cheering for our kids. And so, just seeing projects like that come to fruition. And then, ultimately just hearing from folks around town, like, hey, like this, we really enjoy your events. We like, people coming and getting together. And so just hearing from folks and knowing that they appreciate our group. So, yeah.
Are there any new ideas you're excited to try?
So we've recently set up a Go Lively account. And so that's basically an online donation platform. So I'm hoping that can be another avenue for donations to our group. So I'm hoping to maybe do some fundraising type events around that platform, specifically maybe even with the all school reunion coming up this summer, and knowing that there's going to be alumni back in town, letting them know what we have going on. And so using that to help support our group. So
How could a high schooler get involved?
Just giving their time, and honestly, like if they want to get involved with organizing, like ultimately, it's a great way to see how to put things together too for high schoolers. Because ultimately, someday everybody's going to be part of a community.
Yeah.
And so, being able to get your feet wet and knowing how to organize an event and get involved, because someday, that's going to be high school. You're going to be in that position for whatever community you end up in, and wanting to make a difference. And so this is a great chance we welcome anybody that wants to get involved. So
what's one thing you wish more people understood about this nonprofit?
Maybe not specifically just our nonprofit, but just nonprofits in general, is just the time it takes, and just seeing like that if you want something to happen, sometimes it's just figuring out the steps to do that. So like, at one point, we didn't have this nonprofit in town, but we knew if we wanted to make things happen, but a lot of grants and different things, or if people want to donate, you almost need that nonprofit platform to apply for some of those fundings. And so, so just understanding that there is ways to create your own if you have something that you're passionate about, right?
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't need to be just the Tripp community. It could be, maybe some other organization you're passionate about that, that's what it takes, is time and effort and ultimately funding too. And so, so I think that's just the knowledge about any nonprofit, is like ultimately it just comes down to someone having a passion about something and then wanting to turn it into something good for other people. So, yep.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're very welcome. Thanks for interviewing me.
Yeah.
I have like a QR code. Basically, we can take donations, just checks written out to Tripp Action Group. Can be sent to our address is like 28443 415th Avenue at Tripp 57376. So checks can be written. Otherwise, we also often get checks dropped off at like neighborhood veterinary care in Tripp. And so that's another way to drop off any donations. And then obviously the Go Lively account is our new platform. Yep.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're very welcome.